The Chesapeake Bay Clean Water and Ecosystem Restoration Act of 2010 is aimed at restoring water quality in the Bay and would affect 6 states and the District of Columbia. Also known as S 1816, it is sponsored by Senator Ben Cardin of Maryland. It has the potential to place undue financial burden on farms and communities throughout the Bay watershed.
This bill would add to driving farms out of the Bay Area and not being able to provide that local food supply. We've already seen a reduction of 40% of farms in the Chesapeake Bay over the last 30 years. It would also restrict new development. You couldn't build a house unless one was tore down. That wouldn't only be barns, but it would be schools, hospitals. All these would have great restrictions on building new structures in the Bay watershed. So it would affect everyone in the watershed.
Farmers believe the bill has the goal of Bay restoration above all economic and social considerations and stands to impose severe economic hardships. It would also abandon states' independent authorities to plan for the development and use of land and water resources.
This is a pilot program, so these rules and regulations would be taken across the U.S. In Delaware, since 1999, we have had a nutrient management plan on all our farms. I'm an average size farmer. We farm about 1,000 acres and we grow poultry on our farms. And this is my stack of nutrient management books. So it's a large stack and it gives me guidance on how to run my farm correctly, how to use my nutrients correctly, and how to be a good steward of the land.
You know, in my lifetime, I've lived along the Susquehanna River for the 60 years since I was born. And I've seen an evolution of things with this river flowing to the Chesapeake Bay. When I was a small child, these rocks were orange along the shore from mine acid. There wasn't any fish living in the river at all. Today, it's one of the best smallmouth bass fishing areas in the world.
In Pennsylvania, Shaffer said that 50% of all farmland is no-till, which helps prevent runoff from farms. Pennsylvania farmers also plant more cover crops than those in any other state.
Today in the Keystone State, there's 1.3 million acres under nutrient management plans. This has all been voluntarily exercised by the farmers of Pennsylvania.
Virginia Farm Bureau Federation and other state farm bureaus in the watershed support another cleanup bill, H.R. 5509, the Chesapeake Bay Program Reauthorization and Improvement Act, which is sponsored by Representatives Tim Holden of Pennsylvania and Bob Goodlatte of Virginia.
It's a bipartisan bill. It's a bill aimed at helping farmers in restoring the watershed area by providing financial assistance for best management practices. Also, it would put the EPA as a technical advisor instead of a heavy-handed regulatory agency coming down on us. So there is an option, and it's one that is made up of common sense, and it would provide the needed cleanup moving forward that we already are doing now.
Reporting in Richmond, I'm Sherry McKinney.